Denzel Washington, an icon known for his calm and composed nature, is not one to hold grudges. He is known for his talent, discipline, and powerful screen presence. Despite coming from a broken home, he has managed to rise to fame and has built something for himself.
Family, I'm from a broken home. Seeing her consistency.
His fame notwithstanding, there are certain big names in Hollywood he has chosen to avoid. At 70, Denzel Washington names 6 actors he can't stand. Ranging from creative crashes to misunderstandings, Washington's patience began to crack.
People need to shut up. August 15th, the movie opens, though. You need to go to the movie.
One time, he stormed out of Diddy's party in disgust, and he has kept his distance from Oprah Winfrey. Denzel has not held himself back anymore. Starting the countdown, at number 6 we have Tyler Perry.
The saying, when the devil ignores you, then you know you're doing something wrong.
Where was his father?
Emmett Perry Jr., popularly known as Tyler Perry, is an American actor, filmmaker, and playwright. His films vary in style, from orthodox filmmaking to live stage plays. Tyler Perry is an actor whom Denzel does not really like. Although he hasn't come out to say it plainly, it is easy to see that they don't agree on so much. While Denzel is very particular about his reputation in the industry, making only quality movies with good stories, Tyler Perry is heavy on making quick money with simple stories.
Than anyone else in the history of this business.
Denzel would not appear in a movie, except it is well scripted and tells a story. Rumors have it that Perry's movies are too fast-paced and lack depth. Also, Denzel has expressed his concern about how Tyler portrays black people in his movies, stating that blacks are not portrayed in a positive light, considering that Perry has a massive audience. It has brought up questions as to whether his films favor the black culture or whether they just increase stereotypes. Denzel, amongst other critics, feels that Perry's works are outdated and portray blacks negatively.
What I do is important. I know what I do touches millions of people around the world.
Denzel Washington has made it known that the atmosphere surrounding Perry's set is always strained, making it hard for actors and crew members to collaborate effectively. In the past, there have been whispers about Perry trying to control actors, especially young male actors. There have also been allegations of abuse and manipulation, as well as claims that Perry tried to use his position to manipulate others. Although there is no proof yet, the claims are strong.
But you've also, though, been criticized in some cases by your own people, by your fellow colleagues.
In addition, there have been rumors of Perry being gay. Most actors, especially straight men, say they are uncomfortable with the roles Perry assigned to them, stating that he was pushing them to portray characters that didn't feel right to them. Over the years, what began as whispers has turned into full-blown allegations against Perry.
I really feel it from the bottom of my heart. If they get it, they're great. If they don't, then that's fine too. I know for a fact.
According to a video, voice coach Brandon J posted on TikTok, he said working on Tyler Perry's Meet the Browns was the hardest movie he had ever been on. A day on set felt like a week on another. Perry would rewrite scripts on set and expect them to memorize them and act them, or else he would fire them. As if that was not enough, Christian Keys, an actor who worked with Perry for over 20 years, went on Instagram with a video where he talked about an influential man in the industry, bragging about having black men under his control. Although Christian Keys did not mention names, all arrows pointed to Perry because they've worked for a long time on different projects together. He said young men were being taken advantage of.
Represented, where everybody's represented, LGBTQ's represented, black, white.
Now, it is clear why Denzel Washington is not a fan of Tyler Perry. Washington believes in good values, respect, and good storytelling. He doesn't like it when others use their powers to suppress the less powerful. While he might not come out to condemn Perry, his actions and body movements do the talking. Denzel warned black actors to be very careful in Hollywood. Although he didn't mention names, people believe he might be talking about powerful people like the next actor on our list. At number 5, we have Oprah Winfrey.
When the devil comes at you, maybe it's because you're trying to do.
Oprah Gail Winfrey. Born Oprah Gail Winfrey, is an American talk show host, television producer, actress, author, and media proprietor. She is best known for her talk show, The Oprah Winfrey Show, broadcast from Chicago, which ran in national syndication for 25 years, from 1986 to 2011. Dubbed the Queen of All Media, she was the richest African American of the 20th century and was once the world's only black billionaire. By 2007, she was often ranked as the most influential woman in the world, irrespective of how influential and how much impact Oprah has brought to the industry. Denzel is not on good terms with Oprah. Denzel is not one to speak out unless it truly matters. In recent years, some people have begun to question Oprah's intentions. Some feel she does not support black celebrities the way she should. A big example is how she treated Michael Jackson.
Forgive. There's so much garbage and so much trash that's written about me. That is so.
Back in 1993, Oprah Winfrey interviewed Michael Jackson in his house, Neverland Ranch, and she brought up issues concerning allegations leveled against him. They had accused him of having an oxygen room where he stayed to prevent aging. Michael Jackson refuted the claims, stating it was false. He told her there was so much trash written about him on the internet.
Stupid. That's the most ridiculous, horrifying story I've ever heard. It's crazy.
Millions of people all over the world watched this interview, and even though it was supposed to help clear up rumors about Michael, instead of helping clear up the rumors and make him look better, she kept asking questions that people thought were rude and too personal. She asked questions about his skin, surgery, and his pet. Michael believed she had ulterior motives. After Michael's death, Oprah supported a documentary called Leaving Netherland. The two engines in the movie accused Michael of hurting them when they were boys. Oprah did not just promote the movie, but she also gave them more attention. Michael had never been found guilty in court, but Oprah kept spreading the story.
Because when I see this woman, Oprah Winfrey, how do you as a black woman watch another black woman?
Other black celebrities have also said they felt left out or looked down on by Oprah. Others think she only supports black people who fit her image. Monique, one of the strong voices who spoke out after winning an Oscar in 2009 for the movie Precious. After that award, she stopped receiving gigs and collaborations. She spoke up in an interview in 2015, stating that she was blacklisted in Hollywood for refusing to promote the movie abroad for free.
Tyler Perry calls me into his room. He has a staff of people there. He does like this, and everybody disperses.
Again, in 2017, she spoke up at the Apollo Theater in Los Angeles, stating that Tyler Perry and Oprah were part of the problem. Tyler accepted that he started a rumor that she was hard to work with, which was a blatant lie.
So at 66, getting ready to be 67, having just buried my mother.
When Denzel advised black actors to be careful, he knew what he was saying. Following the promise he made to his mom to do good to people and serve the people, it is evident that he has kept that promise by calling out Oprah Winfrey. Up next, on number 4, we have Sean Diddy Combs.
Looking good, Denzel. Looking good. Looking good, Denzel.
Diddy Combs is a record producer, record executive, rapper, and occasionally an actor. He's another actor Denzel Washington has had issues with in the past. In 2003, Denzel Washington was invited to Diddy's all-night party. Suddenly, Denzel got upset and confronted Diddy, stating that he did not have respect for anyone. Denzel and his wife left the party that night. Rumors had it that Denzel had seen something he did not like, but did not say it out to the media.
We'd be at the parties. He said, you leave 30 minutes for the devil get there.
Denzel has never been the type to enjoy a wild lifestyle that comes with being famous or Hollywood parties. According to Brandon T. Jackson, a younger actor, he advised Denzel to leave 30 minutes before the devil gets there, which meant that you should never stay at a party too long because bad things happen in the latter hours. Denzel never stayed too long at a party, if he ever attended one. He never had any friends in the celebrity world. When asked in an interview if he had any celebrity friends, he said no. Most of his friends were either basketballers, shop owners, an old musician, or just regular people.
I've been in the game, whatever it is, 35, 40 years. It obviously wasn't like that.
He doesn't make friends with people because they are famous, and he would never go to a party just to get a movie role. He enjoyed his own company, and he is, in fact, a loner. Several times, he made it known that when he came into the industry, there were very few blacks, so he never got close to any white actor either. Up next, on number 3, we have Quentin Tarantino.
You've never worked with Quentin, have you?
No, he's never hired me.
In the 90s, long before Tarantino became as popular as he is today, he remained actively grinding backstage. Throughout 1995, he offered his script for Crimson Tide, an underwater suspense feature starring Denzel Washington and Gene Hackman. Quentin Tarantino's movies are some of the best in modern Hollywood, while Denzel Washington is commonly considered one of the best actors of all time. Despite their popularity, neither has been credited for working on the same film for a particular reason. The movie that could have been just another script gig blew up fast. Following the success of Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction, Tarantino found himself as a hot commodity in Hollywood, particularly for his strong dialogue and ability to reference pop culture in engaging and snappy ways. Because of this, Quentin Tarantino was brought on to help spice up the dialogue of Crimson Tide. Although it's not clear exactly how much dialogue Tarantino added to Crimson Tide, much of what he wrote for it was known for its pop culture references.
Kill, I'm charming and I'm funny, or whatever if you like me anyway, I do a good job.
An attentive viewer may notice a couple of dialogue exchanges in the film that didn't align well with the rest of the picture, though. For instance, the scene when Washington's executive officer Ronald Ron Hunter breaks up a difference of opinion between two petty officers that resulted in one pushing the other. While the audience expects some macho explanation for the tussle, one reveals that they were arguing over which comic book artist drew the real Silver Surfer, Jack Kirby or Moebius. Hunter tells them he'll discipline both of them if they ever pull anything as stupid as that again, but then adds a button to the scene by quipping, "Everybody who reads comic books knows that the Kirby Silver Surfer is the only true Silver Surfer." Now, am I right or wrong? Without any background knowledge, that scene may feel awkward to a viewer, but it makes perfect sense when you find out that Tarantino was brought in to punch up some of the film's dialogue. Turns out, Washington wasn't impressed with some of the lines Tarantino had written. Throughout the movie, Hackman's Captain Franklin Ramsey needles Hunter, but right as the film reaches its emotional climax, he starts talking about Lipizzaner stallions, the most highly trained horses in the world. He sneers as he pointedly tells Hunter that those animals are all white, to which Hunter responds that they are all actually born black. It was a strange scene that didn't seem to fit all that well within the film itself and added a bit of unnecessary racial tension. This rubbed Washington the wrong way. He's also reportedly riled up so much about Tarantino's racially charged work that he confronted the writer on set. An article in a 1995 edition of Premiere magazine claimed Washington called Tarantino out on the repeated use of the N-word in his scripts. Washington did not hold back. He confronted Tarantino on set, accusing him of sliding in racist dialogue, and just like that, a years-long feud was born. At the time, Quentin Tarantino was still new to the game. He was still climbing the ladder. Denzel Washington, who was already a major star, did not find it amusing at all. He didn't take the issue lightly, and things got tense. We're talking awkward on set level tension.
There was one actor, I won't say who the actor is, they weren't adding enough to it, so I went in and talked to them about it.
The beef simmered for nearly a decade. There were no public apologies, no interviews to clear the air, just two titans of Hollywood silently feuding in the background. It became one of the most talked about feuds at the time, even in recent times. On one occasion, during an interview, Tarantino was asked about actors on stage, and he said he had a particular actor who did not put energy into acting. Rather, he was busy criticizing everything that happened on set, but he won't mention names. The audience traced it back to Washington because he was the closest guess.
I don't think I've ever been intimidated by another actor.
When Tarantino suggested that they discuss the issue privately, Washington refused blatantly. "If we're going to discuss it, let's discuss it now." Washington insisted. To Tarantino, it was his normal way of writing, and in his defense, it is authentic to his characters. Denzel never worked with Tarantino ever again. Years later, a journalist at GQ magazine noted that Washington's daughter Katya worked on Django Unchained as an editorial production assistant. They found it somewhat funny. "That's funny she's with Tarantino because you had that feud with him on Crimson Tide over what you called his racist dialogue he added to the script," to which Washington said, "Isn't that interesting how life goes? But I buried that hatchet." He said, "I sought him out 10 years ago. I told him, look, I apologize. You've just gotta let that go. Are you going to walk around with that for the rest of your life?" Washington said he was relieved, and whatever happened happened was in the past, as far as he was concerned. Here we are 10 years later, and my daughter's working with him. Life is something, Washington added, smiling. Even though he said they were on good terms, some people still believe Tarantino might be holding a grudge. Still on on-set feuds, at number 2, we have Russell Crowe.
Probably about 7 guys vomited on the stairs, which made the subsequent takes even more uncomfortable.
The professional tension between Russell Crowe and Denzel Washington reached its most uncomfortable peak during the production of the movie American Gangster, where their approach to character development and on-set behavior clashed. When Ridley Scott cast these two top actors in the industry, people's expectations for the movie skyrocketed. However, they realized soon enough that they were incompatible, thereby making work difficult.
So, I did the first 8 weeks of shooting. We were together for about 8 days, and Denzel shot the second 8 weeks type of thing,
Denzel Washington, who is principled and highly professional, is a total contrast to Crowe's volatile approach to character development, which often involved confrontation, and Denzel saw this as unnecessary. Russell was just having fun watching conflicts and tension. Their scenes together had to be overseen and managed by director Scott, who found himself mediating between two incompatible people. When Crowe's unprofessional behavior towards crew members did not align with Washington's beliefs and codes of conduct, Washington had to intervene on behalf of the mistreated crew member, thereby creating a lasting resentment between the two actors. Washington was willing to sacrifice personal comfort to maintain a personal standard by addressing any unprofessional behavior rather than ignoring conflicts. The actor who made it to the top of our list today is none other than Richard Gere.
Rewriting characters, coming up with language that was more appropriate.
Richard Tiffany Gere is an American actor who began appearing in films in the 1970s, playing a supporting role in Looming for Mr. Goodbye and a starring role in Days of Heaven. Denzel Washington's first publicized conflict was with Richard Gere during the filming of the movie The Mothman Prophecies in 2001. Reports have it that they did not see eye to eye. They were both talented and successful, however, they had different working styles.
Whenever I start a project, I kind of question whether I know what I'm doing at all.
Washington, who is focused and pays attention to details, felt Gere was laid back, disruptive, and unprofessional. He also had a tendency to challenge the director's vision, which did not sit well with Washington. Gere, on the other hand, believed Washington was too rigid, and his unwillingness to compromise on certain aspects of the film's direction made their relationship even worse. As time went by, Washington confronted Gere on set over and over a scene that Gere felt was unnecessary. They kept going on, and it was crystal clear that there was no reconciliation. They did not stop the project. Rather, it went on with the animosity between the two actors. After the movie, Washington made it clear that he would never work with Gere ever again, emphasizing that since their work ethics contradicted each other, it would be very difficult to collaborate. Denzel Washington has actors he loves and respects. What he does not tolerate is going against his professional and personal ethics. He has worked with several people over the years, but that doesn't mean he likes them all. These are the 6 actors Denzel Washington hates the most. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Thanks for watching!